Welcome, friends. The TheAireaidLord is back, and not only am I back with a gaming update for you, but I am actually back in Gaming Central 1, which is my main headquarters where I take all my gaming footage. For the past month or so, I've been at my summer house, and now today I actually came all the way back to my real house. I unloaded all my stuff, set up my PlayStation 3, and all my other stuff that I had with me, and I'm feeling good right now, actually. I'm feeling really tired, though. I've been non-stop the past couple of days. It's just been freaking ridiculous. Just one thing after another, leading to another thing after another. Like, just stuff just piling on top of each other, shit and more shit. It's been freaking ridiculous. I do want to take this opportunity with this update to talk about some things that have happened that I'm sure people have some questions about, things that people want to know, you know, the status of some things that have unfortunately happened, some other things that just kind of happened randomly, and also things I have planned for the future, now that I'm kind of in this predicament, which I'm going to talk about. So last week, I was doing another week. So as you know, throughout the summer, I had been dedicating large weeks to different types of footage. So in this case, last week I did Grand Theft Auto 4 Achievement Hunting Week, where I actually did a triple F, which is fan appreciation for my channel, where I invited fans to help myself, my friend Wadham Top Dog, and also my other friend P-Dog get some of the hard multiplayer achievements in Grand Theft Auto 4, because if you know, Grand Theft Auto 4 has some really ridiculous multiplayer achievements, such as Wanted, which is getting the highest rank, the Petrovic achievement, where you have to beat all these game modes in perfect times and all this crap. So we were really trying to hardcore get these achievements, because my personal goal is to have all of the Grand Theft Auto 4 achievements, including the add-ons, completed by the time GTA 5 comes out. Now, it's not like I have a set date for that, because nobody knows when Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming out at the moment. But I definitely want to attempt to do it. Right now I have 51 out of 65 achievements, so I have, what, 14 more achievements to get? So I'm almost there, but those achievements are really difficult that I have to get. It's going to be time consuming, and with all the games that are going to be coming out in the next couple of months, I really don't think I'm going to have much time. Maybe, you know, off camera every once in a while I'll try to focus on it, but we'll see what happens. I really would have liked to do it this week, actually, because I don't have any games to play, and it would have been awesome to freaking play it, but there is a little situation going on, which I'm going to actually talk about right now. So I actually did this fan appreciation on Tuesday. Tuesday, my friend Wadham Top Dog didn't have work, and he said that would be a perfect day to do it. So my friends Wadham Top Dog and P-Dog got in a lobby, and we invited 2 fans, and there was actually a third fan who joined. But the only reason I only had 2 fans was because the Grand Theft Auto 4 multiplayer system is ridiculously hard to invite people, because basically the achievements that we were trying to get were ranked achievements, and apparently you cannot invite people to ranked matches. You just have to get into the same lobby and hope you get in the same game. Now, since Grand Theft Auto 4 has been out for over 4 years, you know, not many people are playing it. So there was more of a chance that we were going to get into the lobby. So we were pairing up for the most part. We actually had some network problems to start, but we eventually got over it, and we were working through it. So Tuesday we did that. Actually, I think I got 1 achievement. I think the achievement is Fly the Co-op, and I think it's for beating these different modes. So I did get 1 multiplayer achievement, Fly the Co-op. And I do want to say thanks to the people who played with me. You know, I had fun playing with you guys, and it was a blast. So I think there are 8 or 9 videos. I think 10, I don't know, it might have been 10. I took a couple of videos of that. Alright, those videos are up on my channel. I don't know if I made a playlist yet of them, but I will momentarily. So that happened on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, I actually waited for people to send me messages. I don't know, I guess you guys didn't know that I was doing more than 1 day. I think everyone just assumed that it was 1 day that I was doing it. Like on Monday, people were messaging me and saying, "Oh, are you going to play with Top Dog now?" And I'm like, well, Top Dog doesn't have... He's not off from work. Monday he had work for like the entire day. He told me that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday he would be off work. So Tuesday we did the fan appreciation. Wednesday he was willing to do it, but no fans contacted me Wednesday, so it was kind of hard for me to schedule something. So I ended up playing by myself Wednesday. I ended up doing individual multiplayer achievements. Like, for instance, I actually got the 90% in GTA 4. Like, all your friends like you above 90%. I was trying to get 100% all missions in the Ballad of Gay Tony. Oh my god, that's such a weird DLC. But anyway, so yeah, Wednesday I took the time to, by myself, off camera, do some of the GTA 4 single-player achievements. And one of those achievements happened to be the pigeon achievement, where you have to kill 200 pigeons in Liberty City. And I actually used a guide, and I got down to 199 pigeons killed, and I needed one more pigeon. And I could not find it. I kept backtracking and trying to find it, and I couldn't find it. So it was like 9 o'clock at night, and I had some stuff that I needed to do, so I was like, you know what, let me turn this off and figure it out later. So I turned off my Xbox 360, and I went to sleep. And that night we actually had thunderstorms, and the thunderstorms weren't too severe. I remember waking up at 12 o'clock midnight, Wednesday into Thursday night, or let me say that, Wednesday night into Thursday day. I was woken up by these thunderstorms midnight, and I almost had like an epiphany. When the thunderstorms were going on, I had like this epiphany in my head as to where this last pigeon was. I was like, holy shit, I know where the pigeon is. I was talking to Top Dog about it. Now I remember. Oh my god, I gotta go back and find it. So I was really hyped up to do this. And actually Thursday I had made plans to do a signing for my novel. I was actually selling it in my local town, and I needed to travel. So Thursday I wasn't actually even going to be able to do any footage. But I was like, you know what, Thursday, let me get up before I have to travel. Let me go on my system, kill this pigeon, get the achievement, and save the game. Because that's what I was trying to do the whole day Wednesday. I had gotten down to the last pigeon, couldn't find it, so I was kind of pissed. So now I wanted to do it Thursday morning. So Thursday morning I get up, I go over to my Xbox 360, I press the power button, and it doesn't turn on. And I'm like, what the hell? So I tried pushing the disc tray, and nothing happens. And I'm like, okay. I look at the orange power brick, which is the power source for the 360, and the light is orange. And I'm like, okay, that means there is power going to the system. I end up unplugging everything from the wall. I ship it, well, I don't ship it, I move it to my living room. I plug everything back in, try putting the console on, and it doesn't work. And I'm like flipping out at this point. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is bullshit. You know, Microsoft, you cocksuckers, how you make your systems like shit. This is my fourth Xbox. By the way, that's true. This is my fourth Xbox 360 I've owned. My first one I bought in 2006, red ringed in 2009. Then they shipped me a new console, which was a... I guess it was a console that somebody else already owned because it had like sticky shit and stuff on it. Then that console lasted me till the end of 2011, and then in early 2012, I actually bought an Xbox 360 Slim because the system that the system that Microsoft sent me was having disk reading problems. Like the disk would not read, my internet connection was always going out, so the system was slowly but surely breaking down, and I needed a new one. So I ended up getting rid of it, selling it to GameStop for $80, and then using some of that money to buy a not a PlayStation 3, an Xbox 360 Slim. So in January of 2012, I bought the Slim. Now, in mid-August of 2012, like what, 6-7 months later after owning the freaking thing, the console just broke. It just, I don't know why, but the console just is in this hibernation mode where it will not turn on. I checked the entire system out. I actually ended up making a video about it Thursday because here's what happened. When I accepted the inevitability that the system had pretty much shit the bed, I packed it up. I'm like, you know what, that's it. I packed it up. I packed up all the cables. I actually brought it with me because, again, as I said, Thursday I was traveling back to my real house. So I packed all my stuff up with the 360, put it in a box, and put it with me in the car. So I go back home, I go into my house, and I try hooking it up on this TV, which you see right here. And And I tried hooking it up and plugging it in and, you know, making sure and seeing if it works. And it doesn't work. So I'm like, okay, I have now tested it on 2 different houses with 2 different power sources. So I pretty much have confirmed that the system does not work in 2 houses. So I was really pissed off at this point. So I ended up calling my friend Wadham Top Dog. And I'm like, hey, dude, you have any suggestions? My Xbox 360 is not turning on. And he ends up sending me a message and saying, oh dude, why don't I come over and see if I can fix it. And this was kind of surprising because Top Dog, as I've told you, has a very hectic work schedule and he's not usually able to hang out. Like years ago when Halo 3 and GTA 4 came out, we would hang out all the time. Now that he has this really hectic work schedule, it's harder nowadays. But he actually ended up coming over Thursday. And there, you know, people might have been like, well, why didn't you take any footage? Well, what the hell was I going to take footage of? I didn't bring my PlayStation 3 from my summer house to my real house because I was only up for a day. And then my 360 was broken, so there was no console for me to take any footage of. So there was one thing I did take footage of, though. I'm sure most people have seen the video right now because it has over 300 views, which is kind of crazy. But I ended up fishing out my camcorder from my drawer, the camcorder that I haven't used since freaking April 2011 when I got my HD camera, which I have right here. I ended up using my camcorder because I didn't bring my camera with me. So when Top Dog came over, he tried bringing over his power brick and we tried hooking it up and seeing if we could fix the 360. And the Xbox 360 was not working. We tried a whole bunch of different tactics and it just didn't work. So at that point, I was like, you know what, that's it. The 360's busted, there's nothing I can do. So I ended up making a mourning video, quote unquote, like a funeral video for my 360 saying it was broken. And I basically filmed me attempting to turn the system on for another time. So I tried pushing the power, like I did this all on camera. You guys can see it right now. It's on my channel right now. I tried pushing the power button, I tried connecting it with a cable, with a controller, I tried putting it in the wall. I do everything to get this system to work, and it just doesn't work. So it was a piece of shit. I was cursing out Microsoft until the freaking cows came home. And, you know, the best thing I can do is keep that video up on YouTube because that just shows people who are thinking about buying a 360 Slim that the 360 Slim has just as many problems as the original Xbox. Yeah, you heard me correctly. The Xbox 360 Slim has just as many problems as the previous models. This includes the Elite, this includes the Jasper, and this includes the original Xbox that came out in 2005, 2006. So they have fixed no problems, basically, okay? You don't get the red ring of death, but you still get instances like mine where you can't turn the system on. You get these red lights of death, I guess they're now called. It's stupid. I've had so many consoles just break over and over with the 360, and I really don't want to get into a rant on Microsoft. I would rather save that video for when I get my new console, because when I basically accepted that my Xbox 360 was broken, I still had warranty. When I bought it in January, you actually get a 1-year warranty. I guess they're being sleazy bastards, because the original Xbox, you got 3-year warranty. With this console, you only get 1-year warranty, but still, I was covered. It was still a year warranty. It hadn't run out yet. So I shipped the console off to Microsoft Friday. The day after it broke, on Friday, I shipped the console off, brought it to the FedEx store. I have all my cables here right now. The only thing that I brought to the FedEx store was the system itself. I took my 250 gig hard drive out of the console. It's actually in my drawer right now, all my data that I have saved. And then I shipped this console off. So right now it is awaiting confirmation to be brought to the Texas place where they fix the consoles. And I'm basically just waiting for the console to be repaired, because that is basically going to be when I start doing Xbox 360 gameplay. And as you can see right now, I'm filming on my PlayStation home screen because I don't have my 360 to film on. So it is tragic, it is unfortunate. You know, there was really nothing I could have done. What I think broke the system was a power surge, because I was mentioning a couple of minutes ago that I was having thunderstorms Wednesday night. And the power didn't go off in my summer house, but it was flashing. Like there were flashes of lightning and stuff. So I'm thinking that the Xbox 360 surged, and which is odd because here's a couple of things to keep in mind. The Xbox 360 power brick still works. Like, it has the orange light and it's working fine. Like, I don't know, maybe it doesn't work, but it seems to be working. Another thing, my PlayStation 3, which you can see is fully operational, was plugged into the same outlet as my Xbox 360 was. And as you can see, my PlayStation 3 works fine. Now, the only thing that happened to my PlayStation 3 was that it got reset. Actually, all the settings reset. It wanted me to re-up my HD settings and stuff, and I had to redo it. Which wasn't really a big deal, but, you know, this just proves that Sony actually builds their consoles properly, and Xbox doesn't give a shit and they break like what happened to mine. And I have evidence. I'm not just a spewing fanboy saying that, you know, Xbox or PlayStation sucks. I have evidence as to what I'm saying. So, again, I'll reserve my Sony, Microsoft opinions for a video in the future, probably when my Xbox 360 is shipped back to me, because they are shipping my console back to me. I don't know if I'm getting a new system or my system, but it's just fixed. I better be getting a new system, though, because if I don't, I'm going to freaking sue Microsoft, and I'm not even kidding, because they promised me a new system, and if they don't, they're going to be freaking in for hell. So that's just something to keep in mind. You might see on the freaking evening news, Microsoft gets sued by local, you know, man in fucking, you know, Massachusetts. So just be on the lookout for that. So that's the status as of now. And then I was kind of disappointed because I had been in the talks with my friend Phil, Darkside Phil, as many of you know him. I had been trying to arrange to play the Expendables 2 video game with him on the Xbox 360. And when my 360 broke, I sent him a message and said, well, it looks like we can't do it on the 360 because it's broken. So he went ahead and bought it on the PlayStation 3, and then I realized that my brother would have lent me his system so that I could have just swapped my hard drive, then I could have had a system to use. So I'm like, oh, we can do it on the 360 now, but he said, well, I already bought it on the PlayStation, so I'm like, well, I guess we're doing it on PS3. So last night, which was Saturday night, I actually did a 4-player co-op experience of the Expendables 2 video game. Now, this is something I didn't plan, but this kind of keeps in tune with my random Saturday, because as you know, in the past, during the summer, I've been having random Saturdays where I've done Ratchet & Clank walkthroughs, where I've done the Moon Zombie Easter egg. I've done a whole bunch of interesting stuff on Saturdays that has been not the same as my usual footage. So this Saturday was the greatest extent of that, me playing a short DLC game on the PlayStation Network, the Expendables 2 video game, which is basically this overhead 4-player co-op game where you play the guys from the Expendables 2 movie. And oh my god, the Expendables 2 video game is an insane game. It's $15, but it's absolutely ridiculous. It's so crazy. Shit's blowing up every 3 seconds. The sound is absolutely loud. You know, guys are reviving. There's glitches everywhere. The freaking game lags every 4 seconds. And it's kind of short, to be quite honest. I only took 19 videos of it, which are on my channel right now. So it was kind of a good game, but again, I couldn't see much value in it. It was kind of skimpy. But I have to say, if you're gonna buy the Expendables 2, make sure you have 3 or a couple of friends to play it with, because that's what made the experience worthwhile. I had so much fun playing with Phil, John Rambo, Corochado. These were all my friends who played it. You know, I'm good friends with these guys, and we had a freaking blast. We were laughing. I was freaking crying at one point because the game actually glitched out and we were stuck in this loading screen. So it's really funny footage. I would highly suggest watching the Expendables 2 footage, and it's awesome. I think there were some people who were really saying they liked it, so I am promoting this footage. I really want to emphasize how much I liked playing this game, and I'm in the works for my next co-op session with Phil, which will be probably in a month on the 360. So we'll talk about that more, but that is everything that I've done in a week. I know it's a lot. It took me 20 minutes to explain all of that, but I needed to because a lot of stuff happened. My 360 broke. I only did 1 day of GTA 4 fan appreciation. Top Dog came over Thursday, and you know, a lot of shit happened. And I kind of wanted to talk about it because I want to make sure you guys who are my fans know about all this stuff. So, with all of this kept in mind, you might be like, well, now that you don't have a 360, what are you going to do for a playthrough? I have decided, now that I only have a PlayStation 3 to play, well actually I also have my computer, I actually have my PC, my old shitty PC right here where I could still do PC gameplay. I have my PlayStation 3 right here, and I've been thinking, since I bought my PlayStation 3 back in October of 2011, I bought it pretty late into the PlayStation 3 cycle. As you know, the PlayStation 3 came out in 2006, and I bought it 5 years into its cycle. So I think it is fitting if I do a PlayStation 3 Classic Week, which means I basically play some of the most popular PlayStation 3 games that came out from 2006 to 2011, 2012. So one of those games that I already have is none other than Infamous. And Infamous, you might remember, I actually bought this game with my PlayStation 3 in October, and I told everyone in the video, I said, you know what, I'm not going to do a playthrough of this game. This game came out 3 years ago, there's really no point. Well, now I actually have a reason to do it. And this will basically complete my summer marathons of footage. I don't know, this is either going to be week 7 or 8 of non-stop, basically, weeks of dedicated footage. Now, I know last week wasn't really a week. It was only a day of GTA footage, and then some random shit happened after that. But this week is going to be a week. It's going to be a week of dedicated content. What you can expect is a playthrough of Infamous. I have Infamous right here, so it's really easy for me to play it. I don't have Infamous 2. I know there's a sequel to Infamous, and I'm thinking of getting it because depending on how long the first game takes me, I will go and play the second one. So there are a couple of things that I can do after that. Someone's here right now, but let me just end the video real quick by saying that I do have some PlayStation 3 exclusives that I'm going to be playing, so I hope you guys will enjoy them. So Infamous, I'm going to play. Maybe I'll do the first Uncharted. Maybe I'll do Killzone. So leave me some suggestions. If you're a PlayStation 3 fan, leave me some suggestions as to what PlayStation 3 games you want me to play. So that's basically it. I actually have to go right now, so thanks for watching. I know it was a really long video, but we're all set, and we're back on track.